Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, like, join it or something.
Hey everyone, Multiverse Prime here. So it is time for another action figure unboxing and review today, and in today's video guys, I'm going to be unboxing this time an action figure in the DC Multiverse toy line, and this is for one of my favourite villainesses in DC Comics, and this is part of the DC Multiverse toy line in McFarlane Toys, one of my favourite action figure companies of all time. And this is a figure, of course, for a character appearing in the DC Extended Universe. It was, of course, one of my favourite villainesses in DC, and that's, of course, none other than Harley Quinn. So here she is, guys, and this is actually appears based on the DCE movie The Suicide Squad. And yeah, so this is by McFarlane Toys, and the box, of course, has a figure there, and also what appears to be her staff there next to it, and also the part to build King Shark, it's his legs. So yeah, and there's also a card there at the back, as you can see. And I think down there as well is also the stand. Can barely see it, but yeah, because it's like behind the figure and the legs. So yeah, on the back here, pretty nice picture of Harley Quinn. I think this background picture is what the card is depicting as well. So yeah, and there's, of course, the parts to build King Shark. And the other figure I need to get, of course, is Polka Dot Man, because he, of course, come with the last parts. I've already got Bloodspot and Peacemakers unmasked figures, which have the parts. So yeah, on the spine there's a source for Suicide Squad and Harley Quinn for Suicide Squad. So yeah, on the side there's DC Multiverse, and on top there's McFarlane Toys. It's got 22 moving parts. So now when it comes to Harley Quinn with DCEU, I definitely really love Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. That's my favourite role of all time from Margot Robbie. And while I do hate the 2016 Suicide Squad movie, I do think she was one of the very few best parts of the movie. In my opinion, she was a perfect casting as Harley Quinn. Then, of course, she came back in Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn, which I do have here on Blu-ray here. I like to pretend this is Harley Quinn's movie, though, because, to be honest, it feels more like a Harley Quinn movie than a Birds of Prey movie, though, in my opinion. And then, of course, she then appeared in The Suicide Squad, and definitely, you know, was great once again in the movie, in my opinion, and definitely did a great job. Absolutely. So yeah, now, so that being said, let's get a figure open, shall we? And I have no idea what future is going to be holding for Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, but to be honest, guys, I don't really care, because after I saw Shazam: Fury of the Gods, I retired from the DC, you know, extended universe of movies and whatever. So yeah, I'm no longer going to be watching anything DC, because yeah, it's all been ruined now, sadly. So let's get the box open, shall we? So I'm going to cut the tape on the top. So there's 3 pieces of tape on the top, which I'm cutting with some scissors. So let's do a back one first. That's one. Now let's do one on the right. Oh, it's hard to cut, isn't it? There we go. There's another. Now on my left. There we go. Right. Now let's get it open now. So inside, of course, here is the figure secured in the plastic packaging, so which is pretty good. Comes with the accessories to it and the parts for King Shark. And also in here is also the background, and unfortunately, just like every McFarlane Toys figure I've unboxed so far, it's got the same generic background, nothing really new at all. I was hoping to have like a background from a Suicide Squad movie, but sadly not. But nonetheless, let's get the parts out, shall we? So first things first, let me just take off this paper holding it in place. There we go. So first of all, here is the stand for figures to stand on. And unfortunately, just like every DC Multiverse figure I've unboxed so far, it's the same stand, nothing new at all. I was hoping to have like Harley Quinn's logo or a Suicide Squad logo on, but sadly not. It's just a DC on it, sadly, which is a shame. But however, on a more positive note, here is the card, and this is actually a pretty nice card, and as I predicted, it's got the same picture of Harley Quinn as the back of the box had, of course, and it was pretty nice, that. On the back there's a database which I'll read out. So Doesn't say a name, you know, Harley and Quinzel. How strange. So the source, of course, is a Suicide Squad movie. Harley Quinn, reincarcerated for road rage in a bank, buys her freedom once more by joining the squad. This colourful, cheeky, cheerful psychotic still has all her deadly dynamic moves, and the single and ready-to-mingle rogue is as eager as ever to show them off, much to Amanda Waller's dismay. But Harley, in a signature ladylike style, isn't afraid to manhandle anyone who comes in her way. Nice. So I'm going to pull a box to one side now. And then I'm going to, of course, getting the figure out. So first thing first, let's get out the accessories. So I'm just going to cut, of course, the ropes holding it in King Shark's legs, which I'm going to take out now. So here is the legs, guys, and they're all like one piece together. They're not separate legs or anything like that. So yeah, they appear to be pausable though, especially of course with, you know, the feet, because you can bend at the front, yeah. And they don't really move much though. Although it appears as though they do have like pausability somehow, but it's not much due to, of course, the shorts the King Shark is wearing. Now, of course, for the figures accessories, so first of all, here is Harley's staff. Looks pretty nice, that. Pretty cool. And now for the figure itself, so I'm going to cut the ropes holding it in place. There's one on the torso, which I'm going to cut. Oh. There we go. And now for the leg ones as well, which are holding the figure in place. There we go. There we go. Now, hopefully it should be easy to take out. And here is the figure, guys. This figure looks really good, doesn't it? Looks really nice, this. In terms of portability, hands were already folded a bit, you know, on the wrist or whatever when open the figure. But yeah, looks pretty good though. In terms of portability, arms can go 360 degrees, which is pretty cool. And looks pretty good like that, yeah. And can also go to the side too, like this, which is nice. And looks pretty good, this. And legs can also move forward too, but they're a bit held back by her clothing, blocking them a little bit. But yeah, they are pausable though. Can go back. I think the knees can also fold too a bit, but they're quite well secured though. So they're not that loose, but they can bend and roll, of course. But they're very well secured. Yeah, there we go. I don't want to, you know, break or anything like that. Elbows, however, can fold though on the arms, which is nice. So it's very good in terms of portability, the figure. And head can also move pretty well too, as well. And here's also the staff. So according to the way the poster is, of course, I should put the staff in like maybe, you know, like this, so it can, you know, slide in. That way, of course, it can be well secured. There we are. So now she looks like how she does on the card, yeah, a bit like this, yeah. Pretty cool. Now, I know you guys are also probably going to be here to see what King Shark's going to look like with his legs on, so... Okay, so, now what's strange is that, it appears as though, because this is of course what it looks like so far for me, but I think that there's like another part that's needed for the figure, as well as, obviously the head's going to be needed, and I think there's also another part of the torso that's going to be needed, so it's not going to be, you know, complete just yet. It can't go like this because it's a bit weird, isn't it? Goodness, yeah, that's not going to work. So it looks like I'm going to need to, of course, get my figure of Polka Dot Man, and eventually one day to build this figure with. So yeah, but nonetheless, though, it's a pretty good. This is a pretty good figure of Harley Quinn, and yeah, and always even my favorite role of Margot Robbie. Although my favorite Harley Quinn of all time, guys, always will be Tara Strong, though, absolutely. But yeah, Margot Robbie is definitely my favorite live action Harley Quinn so far in movies. So yeah. So guys, this is me doing my unboxing of a DC Multiverse figure of Harley Quinn from the DCU movie The Suicide Squad. So you know drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to let us know in the comments what you guys think of this figure of Harley Quinn. If you have, let me comment what you think. If you don't get it, I'd recommend it if you like Harley Quinn as a character. or a Suicide Squad movie, or DC, or McFarlane's Horse figures in general, it's must-have figure in my opinion. Also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe for movies coming in the future. If you would like to be a member, you can restore using a piece of art or in the description, and I'll see you all later.